Regarding the ongoing situation in Iran, I know there has been a lot of speculation amongst all of you in the media regarding the president's decision making and whether or not the United States will be directly involved. In light of that news, I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks." That's a quote directly from the president for all of you today. Regarding the ongoing situation.
And that was posted today, I believe. Shalom Yashra'Allah. First and foremost, I would like to give all glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachach Chadash. Double honors to the beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to all you hopeful lectakim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Amar from the GMS Boise, Idaho camp. And I wanted to do this lesson, based on what's going on over there in the Middle East, between the rising conflicts between Iran, Israel, NATO, United States, and the different major world powers that are, choosing sides right now. We know that this is all according to prophecy. We understand that there is going to be no peace. We understand that there is going to be a World War III. And this is just further proving what the elders, starting with the elders and apostles, have been prophesying, from Apostle Tahar prophesying more than 40 years to the elders and bishops and other brothers around the country. This is everything that we've been telling you is going to happen. But first and foremost, the Bible has written about this thousands of years ago, and I'm going to go into the scriptures in Ezekiel 38. And
in Iran, I know there.
Salakia, Lord willing, that the audio is still good. Didn't mean for the other Bluetooth to get connected, but I'm going to continue with this lesson nonetheless. But to show you in Ezekiel 38 that the prophecies have been spoken of before and they're happening right now. So I wanted to go first into Ezekiel 38 because this is what you just heard. We understand that there is going to be no peace, and then there's also a reason, which I'm going to pull up the article later, that the military draft age was increased by 2 years from 18 to 24 to now currently it is 18 to 26 years old. Anybody is automatically registered for the draft, which we understand that that's just the first round. They can recall military veterans, they can recall, and they can raise the age. It doesn't matter. So again, there's no coincidence that's going on. But in the term of Iran, Russia, and going into what's developing in the Middle East, this is the scriptures that apply. This is Ezekiel 38:4. "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army." Because we are going according to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai's plan, not according to any man-made, so-called development of them thinking that they're trying to get their new world order, which they ultimately want chaos, they want war, they want the collapse of the economy, they want internet blackouts. So no matter what, even if they try to go another direction, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai make sure that the end goal is war. Continuing, "And I will bring thee forth, Salakia, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers," which is a small shield, "and shields," which is like a bigger one, "all of them handling swords," killing instruments. Verse 5, "Persia," which would be modern day Iran, "Ethiopia," which you could also lump like Sudan in, those other countries that are around Ethiopia, "and Libya," which would be North Africa, "with them, all of them with shield and helmet," which are going to be the list of allies that are going to be going into defending Iran, which I should have started up because it goes to show you that Gog is going to be the main, I guess you could say, defender. And Gog is representative as Russia. Again, Magog just means of Gog. Ma means of Gog. So it's just talking about the inhabitants and the land is Magog, and Gog is the actual ruler. That's Russia. Keep it simple. Verse 6, Gomer, which would be Turkey, and all his bands, the house of Togarma, Salakia, of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. So again, Turkey, is on that, straddling the fence. They are a NATO country, but they're also a Muslim country. And we understand that according to this prophecy, Turkey is going to side with Iran. They are going to side with Russia. And ultimately, there's going to be a red line in the sand drawn, and everybody's going to choose sides. And it's going to get violent, very, very soon. They're talking about so-called sleeper cell agent attacks here in the United States, internet blackouts, World War III. It's all going down right now, man. And if you're still fucking around, with this truth, or trying to be in the world and just distract yourself with whatever the hell your life, so-called life, got going on here in Babylon, man, you're literally delusional. Because if you can't see that you're on a sinking ship, I don't know what else to tell you. The scriptures say plainly. Verse 7, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Because the main one that is gathering these nations, that's the main muscle, is Russia. That is, be thou prepared. That is talking about, this is talking to like Gog. So you have to understand that Russia is going to be the main key defender. They have the biggest army. They have the most nukes. They have the highest capabilities. The most, I guess you could say, Secret Service type intelligence agencies out there that can compete with Babylon the Great and their other, allies, or the other enemies. But the allies of the United States would be like Mossad, MI6, the CIA. These other different organizations that have really, high sophisticated technology and intelligence capabilities. So again, I wanted to, further show you that, hey, there's going to be no peace. And I'm going to get this scripture and just read an article real quick about the raising the draft, to show you that all the signs point to war. But this is 1 Thessalonians 5, and I just want to get straight to the point. Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Just like a woman can't escape giving up that baby on the 9th month, hey, we're not going to escape going into Jacob's trouble and this world facing their maker, as they say in the world. Everyone is going to face Judgment Day. So real quick, I wanted to go into the article about raising the draft age. This is the quickest or the most, I guess, credible article that I was able to find. This is Market News. This is updated June 18th, 2024, but this is Salakia. Why is it showing 2024? Salakia. But anyways, it did get passed, and I wanted to show you in this article right here. House of Representatives passed resolution to automatically enroll. Here, this is it. Salakia, it is the right one. This is a House of Representatives passed resolution to automatically enroll men ages 18 to 26 in military draft. A resolution that automatically enrolls young men in selective service and alters the mandatory draft age from 18 to 26 years old was approved by the House of Representatives on Friday. So again, man, this is something, that has happened. And this is the National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, which authorizes the defense budget for upcoming fiscal year, outlines the government's top defense and national security policy priorities, was included in the resolution. So again, this is showing you that, hey, this is passed, and there's up-to-date news on this, if brothers want to go further into this, but it goes to show you that, hey, man, this is this is what is going on right now. And if you can't wake up and smell the roses, then I don't know what to tell you, because the scriptures speak plainly. So I'm going to continue in verse 4. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 4. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Hey, because we are in our watchtower. We're in the spirit. We're watching brothers. We're reading. We're watching up-to-date news articles and seeing what's going on in the world, speaking on it. Seeing that the signs of the times are right there in front of us. We don't have to have a specific date. The day is going to speak for itself, just like it is right now, man. Look what's going on between Iran and Israel. They're saying that war, that conflict is a 20-year conflict in the making, which we know it's thousands of the years, but, just to keep it plain, ever since the 1948ers got in there, hey, man, it's been a coming, man. And they've been saying that Iran is going to have a nuke since like 1985. So how long are they going to push that rhetoric of, so-called, their imminent destruction? This is verse 6, Salakia. Verse 5, ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness, which means, we don't stumble around not knowing what's going on in the world and how we should be moving. Verse 6, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Sober being single-minded, being focused on what you got to do and your role in the body of the ministry. Whether you're a brother out there, in charge of whatever duties you have to do, man, make sure you're taking care of it. If you're, I guess you could say, up and coming brother, man, make sure you're, doing what you got to do. Speaking for myself first and foremost, because none of us are on any level. But I'm just saying, there's Jakes that just heard about this truth yesterday. There's Jakes that heard about this truth just barely today. So they still have to understand that is something that is, required of all of us, but very, very important, when you first come into this truth. But everything is all through the Spirit. Nothing happens, quickly, but anyways, to stay on point, Lord willing that this lesson was edifying, because as you can see, things are heating up over there in the Middle East between Iran and Israel. And this is just one of those major signs. And we are going to keep, our eye on seeing what, Babylon will say and when, which we understand what this all is going to, and that is war. So Lord willing that this lesson was edifying unto the elect. Till next time, I would like to give all glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachach Hadash, and double honors to the beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and peace and salutations to all you hopeful elect Akim out there laboring, that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Till next time, Lord willing, Shalom.